What if I told you that there's a legitimate way to transform personal vacation expenses into powerful business tax deduction? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do just that. First up, I'll reveal what I call the Weekend Loophole Strategy. That allows you to deduct your sightseeing while away on business so you can enjoy your trip to the fullest without breaking the bank. Then, I'll explain how to bring your spouse or kids along on your business trips and write off their lodging and meals too. A powerful way to save money and create unforgettable memories at the same time. Afterwards, I'll give you some creative reasons to do some business traveling and tell you exactly what you can write off, including some surprising items like dry cleaning and meals by yourself, which are normally not tax deductible. And finally, I'll wrap things up by giving you some practical steps to follow so you can maximize this tax strategy without getting in trouble with the IRS. So, if you're ready to learn how to save big on your business travel and avoid common mistakes, stick around, you won't want to miss this. Let's jump right in and talk about this thing I'm calling the Weekend Loophole. What is this? Well, this is a game-changing strategy that will have you super pumped to book your next business trip. What I want to teach you is how to structure your vacation, how to structure your business trip so that you can deduct the whole thing. Let me show you what I'm talking about on my screen here. See, if you're strategic and bookend your weekend with business activities, the IRS allows you to deduct the lodging, meals, and other travel incidentals you have on the weekend. So you can go sightseeing and treat the weekend as a vacation, all while getting a tax deduction for it. Now, let's say you go to a theme park on the weekend. You wouldn't be able to deduct tickets to Disney World, but the lodging and meals that you incur on the weekend, those are indeed tax deductible. Let me show you what not to do. You want to avoid what I'm calling here is the tax trap as it relates to vacation. This is the ultimate no-no in business travel. See, you could do the same activities, but by not leveraging the weekend loophole, all of a sudden, the lodging and meals are no longer deductible, and you'll have to prorate the cost of your lodging and swipe your personal card for all those personal expenses during the leisure days. Don't fall into this trap. With some strategic planning and foresight, you can avoid it and turn your personal vacation expenses into valuable business deductions. So, do you see how planning your business travel ahead of time can allow you to convert personal vacation type of expenses into business deductible expenses? That's what you need to do. Now that you know how to leverage the weekend loophole strategy, let me teach you how you can bring your spouse and kids along so you can confidently deduct their airfare, their meals, and their other travel expenses too. Okay. Are you ready to take your tax deductions to the next level? This is a crazy strategy. Let's talk about how you can bring your family along on your business trip and still deduct their expenses. I know what you're thinking. Is this guy crazy? Can I really do that? The answer is yes, and I'm going to show you how. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, let me ask you something. Do you love your spouse and kids? Of course you do, right? So why not bring them along on your next business adventure and make it a family affair? And the best part, you can do all of these things, deduct their airfare, their meals, their other travel expenses, and it's a win-win situation. Now, I know what you're thinking, but how can I deduct my family's travel expenses? They're not even on my payroll. Well, technically, they don't have to be. There are other ways to make it happen. For instance, they can be on your board of directors or board of advisors. That's right, your family can be on your board of your own company. Or if your children are helping you out with your business in some way, like running your social media or assisting with property management, they may qualify as employees and be able to travel with you for business. But before you start packing your bags, let me give you a word of caution. Make sure your family has a legitimate reason to be on this trip. Taking meeting notes or doing basic assistant tasks won't cut it. But if they're providing valuable support for your business, go ahead and take advantage of these strategies. So let's review. You now know about the weekend loophole and how to bring your family along your business trip and still get deductions for their expenses. Just remember to plan your travel around valid business purposes and have fun with your loved ones while doing it. Okay, so now that you know these tips, let me help you strategize by thinking of some creative ways you can travel for business. But before I do so, allow me to take a quick break to introduce myself for those of you that are new to the channel. I'm Navi Maraj. I'm a certified public accountant who specializes in helping entrepreneurs just like you save thousands of dollars in taxes. You heard that right. My mission is to empower you to take control of your finances and leverage these tax strategies that will benefit your business. Now you may be wondering, how do I do this? Well, obviously, as you can see here, I provide free, valuable content here on social media, but that's not all. I also offer a comprehensive course that takes you from being a tax novice to a savvy entrepreneur who learns how to apply and implement all these tax strategies that will save you thousands of dollars. And I do it in an easy to understand way that anyone can apply. Also, if you visit my website, navimarajcpa.com, you'll find a treasure trove of free resources that will help you navigate the confusing world of taxes. Links to both the course and my website are listed in the description below, depending on whatever social media platform you may be watching. All right, so let me help you think of various ways to travel for business so you can really leverage these strategies. Imagine meeting with a potential or current client in a new city or country even, sealing a deal while enjoying a new cultural experience. Or perhaps you need to meet with a vendor or affiliate to discuss new opportunities and partnerships. Maybe you want to host your own workshop, attend a conference, or take courses for continuing education. What about purchasing your first or another rental property, or working on a real estate project you already own? And let's not forget about the annual board meeting. This is an opportunity to gather with your team and discuss the vision of your business. You could discuss lending, employees, bringing on another advisor, and more. Surely something I've said triggered a thought for you to be able to travel for business. Let me know in the comments below how you plan to utilize this strategy, or if you have any questions of anything I've discussed so far, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so next I'm gonna kind of go down a list of what you can include as part of your business travel costs, and then make sure you watch until the end because I want to share some tips as well as things to avoid to keep you out of trouble with the IRS when leveraging the travel deduction in your business. All right, so what all is included as part of your travel costs? Well, you've got airfare, baggage, lodging, which can be a hotel, Airbnb, VRBO, meals. You may want to watch a separate video I created about deducting meals, as there's some tricky nuances you want to be aware of as it relates to deducting meals. That said though, meals by yourself are usually not deductible, but meals as part of traveling are 50% deductible, and be sure to book this under meals and not travel in your bookkeeping and tax software. Rental car, gas, Uber, subway, a ferry, a train. Dry cleaning. You only get to do this when deducting travel. Normally, dry cleaning, not deductible. No matter what anyone else told you, dry cleaning is not deductible, but when you're traveling, you can deduct your dry cleaning. Tips to pay for wait staff or hotel staff, parking and tolls if you're driving your own car or renting a vehicle. All of those things are things you can deduct. So make sure you're leveraging all of that when you're taking your next business trip. All right, now this is important. Let me now help you by providing some tips so you don't make these mistakes and avoid what can turn into an ugly IRS audit, or help you get through an audit with flying colors if you were to be randomly selected. Number one, the trip needs to be ordinary and necessary for your business. When trying to figure out what's ordinary and necessary for your business, don't compare yourself to others. A YouTuber with a travel channel and 1 million subscribers can probably deduct a trip because they'll create social media content from it. You, on the other hand, shouldn't be deducting your travel just because you recorded some of it and put it on your Instagram. You need to have a valid business purpose, which I provided plenty of examples of earlier. Tip number two, if you're traveling just to look at real estate, that's not going to be deductible. Now, if you purchase something within a few months, then keep track of those expenses, because at that point, once you've acquired the property or at least put in a legitimate offer in writing, then you can write it off. But you can't just look at homes and deduct them. That's going to get you in trouble. Tip number three, taking a personal vacation and answering emails or calls while on vacation, that's not going to fly. Okay? You can't travel to Vegas and deduct it as a business expense just because you can conduct your business remotely anywhere there's an internet connection. You need to have been required to travel to Vegas. So go find a good business convention in Vegas. Then you can start taking some of these deductions. Number four, if the majority of your trip is personal or leisure, you won't be able to deduct any of it. So don't travel for a week and just do 1 day of business during that week. Number five, you need to be traveling away from home for a period substantially longer than an ordinary day's work. For example, if you live in Miami because Florida is where your home is, and you travel to Georgia every week and spend Monday through Friday there, and then fly back on Friday night to Florida, don't try and write off your travel or dining that you're incurring, okay? Georgia is now what's called your tax home. As a general rule of thumb, try and conduct at least 4 hours of business to be able to call that a business day. So you can hustle for 4 hours in the morning and do all leisure in the evening. That's fine, but get in those 4 hours. If you want to cross your T's and dot your I's, then keep a log or agenda each day. If you attended a conference, keep a record of your ticket and what the conference was about. Maybe post some of it to social media so you can prove to someone you were in attendance. Well, I'm going to begin to wrap up, but before I do me a favor. If I taught you something new, give me a like or write a comment below and subscribe to the channel, because all my videos are like this, where I educate you on strategies you should be implementing in your business. Coming up is a couple of videos I recommend watching. Considering you watch this one, maybe check out the video about deducting meals. Sometimes that can be a little tricky, as well as the other videos that are gonna pop up here. All right, hope to see you in the next video or in the course. And again, the link to everything is in the description below.